such an asshole.
So I got not too odd in request, but an interesting request. The guy wanted me to read Doximity's Women in Medicine essay contest. And I got questions. I think the winner is a doctor, like a medical doctor, a real doctor, not a Joe Biden doctor, a real doctor. Do doctors have time for essay contests? That's one question I had. The other question is, who the fuck is Doximity and why should we care? Right? The person who sent this to me, he obviously says, your blood pressure is going to go up when you read this. It's probably leftist horse shit. I think at the bottom, I recall her saying the writer of this essay is into climate change. It's some standard pre-programmed, this is what's important for you to think, given to you from K through college, indoctrinated. Like, it's not an independent minded, very intelligent person if you're a doctor, of course, but not independent minded. Surprise, it's leftist slop. But my question to the client is, I can't believe this won the Doximity essay contest. I'm like, dude, I don't know if you noticed, but awards don't mean jack fuck all shit right now. Like the Oscars mean nothing. The Academy Awards mean nothing. The, what's it called? The Nobel Prizes mean nothing. We create awards just for the sake of having awards for people to feel good about themselves. I mean, it's no different than the North Korean generals with their medals, right? Except that's in corporate America or industries or whatever. And whereas you've at least heard of the Oscars, you've heard of the Nobel Peace Prize or, the Tony, you've actually heard of these things. What the fuck is Doximity? And my whole point is, who cares that this person won the Doximity essay contest? What weight does this carry? So I went to it. It looks like an app. Medicine made mobile. Tech that works for doctors. And I'm just thinking, so was this a marketing shtick? Do you know for a fact this is a real person? Like, this is a real doctor who wrote it? What if I did the Cappy explain to me why Aaron Clary's the handsomest man in the world essay, sponsored by Asshole Consulting? Oh my God. So-and-so won the 2025 Asshole Consulting Best Essay Award. Like, it doesn't mean anything. And shock. Sit down, everyone. It's probably going to be more leftist bullshit, right? And whatever the leftist bullshit is, I'm going to imagine we need more money for medicine, more of other people's money, or it's hard, or is it going to be is on the nose and born women, and because it's women in medicine, is it going to be women are oppressed, the same old shit we've been hearing for 40 years now? Surprise. It says about, let's go to about. The Professional Medical Network for Physicians. Doximity is the largest community of healthcare professionals in the country, with over 80% of U.S. doctors and 50% of all nurse practitioners and physician's assistant and verified members. Is it? Four things to know. We're the number one for clinicians. Medicine is mobile, so are we. We take care of those who take care of others. Passion for addressing workflow needs. Expertise in digital health runs deep. Health tech leaders. What does it do? What are you? Is it just a guild? Largest community. You're just a community? It's just a community, gang. I think it's an app. Is it an app? Does it help? Does it help you all get together? Does it help you compare notes? I'm not against it. I'm just wondering, is this really that big of a deal? I've never heard of it. I should ask my medical friends, like, hey, you ever hear of Doximity? I'd be like, what the fuck's that? I wonder. I should ask someone. So I'll read it. He sent it to me. In summer 2024, Doximity ran our Women in Medicine essay contest. All right, I'm going to point out a third or fourth thing, whatever we're on to now. I'm, I think well, I know me. I'm pretty sure the rest of the real world, we're sick of women in this, Hispanics in that, person serial number 23471 in this, right? We're done with the fucking bullshit. Like, just because it has a vagina or certain skin, we're done with that shit. No one cares anymore. We're girl bossed out. Doesn't this already tell you that this is going to be skewed and biased somehow? I and I don't know if he's even, or if this is a guy. This might be a girl. Uh, why? In other words, why let this bother you? Right? If we already have what seems to be an app, this isn't like the American Medical Association, the AMA, right? American Medicine, American Medical Association. I've never heard of Doximity. Never. So I'm already wondering, what does this matter? And two, women medicine. What is this? A freshman college scholarship application? Oh my God. Do I have to grab my, okay, I'm going to grab my violin. Hang on. You never know. There's a good chance. Chance you're going to be whining and complaining, and women are the most depressed. Get my violin right. I'm not saying it's going to be that. I just know the scales are leftist based on the end that I read. All right. This will just be here in case. We got everything going on. Okay, let me get that. In summer 2024, Doximity ran our Women in Medicine essay contest. We are happy to announce this as the winning essay. I basically just started, and I've already failed at the U.S. healthcare system. 1 year ago, these were the words that filled my brain every hour of every day as I realized that I wasn't cut out for my job, my dream job, the one I had felt was my calling. Wait a minute, hold on. Is this where women in medicine, which I'm all for, and then you take up an entire seat in a medical school and you work like part-time or drop out? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? When I moved to a town in rural Arizona, I knew that I was joining an incredible team of physicians. There aren't many places left in the U.S. where family physicians practice with the scope available there. I signed up to use the full breadth of my residency training, caring for adults and children in outpatient and inpatient settings, even including surgical obstetrics. My coworkers were collegial and personable, and we regularly shared our own lives and consulted each other on perplexing patient cases. I had never had any doubt that, even in the middle of the night, someone would come assist with the C-section or help resuscitate a baby while waiting for the NICU flight team to land. I loved my coworkers, and I felt that they genuinely loved me. Yet the adrenaline wore off after 18 months. Oh, no, it's not fun and like the TV show anymore. It's a job. And the intensity of the practice started to sink into my core. I slept poorly on call nights, regardless of whether I went in to deliver a baby, and I felt sluggish with a full clinic load the next day. In the past, I had taken great pride in my ability to empathetically respond to patients' concerns, but I struggled to do this in 15-minute visits. Weekends, when not charting, were spent hiking alone, desperately trying to recharge my social batteries that my work drained completely. As a very introverted person, I would arrive home after a day of constantly talking and have no remaining energy to connect even with my partner. Oh, partner! Oh! I'm going to set aside the violin because I think these are real concerns that doctors have. You guys do work really hard. Come on, man. Partner, I'm not kidding. Can we just dismiss this now? Even with my partner, I began a group coaching program, learning tips for clinic flow and how to shift my thoughts about work. I optimized my EMR use to the point where I left most non-call days 30 minutes after the last patient, with inboxes empty and all notes done. I rejoiced. This will finally fix my problem But soon I found that even though my free time increased, I was still too socially exhausted to create any sense of community outside of the clinic. Asked for a pay cut so I could reduce the number of patients I was seeing, but was told it wouldn't be financially feasible for the clinic. The next few months, I dragged myself out of bed. I'm sorry. Look, dentists, not dentists, doctors, yes, medical school, very, cry me a river. You're talking, I mean, now individually, yes, you're talking to the wrong person. Most people probably couldn't handle what doctors get. Dude, full time school, full time work. All right. I don't want to hear it. I want to know how many hours a week this translated into, right? I want to know what you're complaining about. Drag myself out of bed, somehow scrounging up enough energy to fulfill my clinical duties, but at the expense of my own well being. Through coaching and therapy, I've come to embrace my introversion as integral to my personality, even believing it to be a beautiful part of my practice because it allowed me to engage with patients on a deep and difficult topic since I wasn't afraid to go there. But the 15 minutes visits were soul sucking and it had little to do with chart work. This was unfortunate because AI scribes and fancy technology weren't going to solve the problem. It isn't different anywhere else, people told me as I was browsing job lists. Oh, so you believed in the white girl blood hypothesis that somewhere out there there's a job that will make me happy and rewarding. No, all jobs suck. All of them. All. It isn't different anywhere else, people told me as I browsed jobs listings. I found they were mostly right. The comment that hurt the most, however, was if you leave, you're the reason the healthcare system is collapsing and there are not enough doctors. See, they're not wrong. You're part of a small part, but a part. All that money invested in you, and you're not going to go doctor. I spent months processing that statement and releasing the sense of responsibility of these dire circumstances. However, the guilt I felt about leaving ultimately wasn't enough to overcome the need to save myself. I basically just started. I've already failed the U.S. healthcare system. 9 months ago, after investing over a decade of my life to get there, I left my incredible job with its incredible people. If experiencing an existential crisis weren't enough on its own, my partner and I also split. And I made the heartbreaking decision to euthanize my 17-year-old cat. Is this a joke? This is a joke, right? See, I'm being serious. This could be completely BS. Right, like, it could be the dog whistle, "Oh, she partner, I got a cat," like, it's a stereotype. Nowadays, you never know with the internet, they all the TikTok fake, and could this be professional wrestling? 17, how old do cats live? It felt like my life was razed to the ground, and I would have to start over from scratch as a single childless woman in her mid-30s. I really I don't know, is this true? A state which many in society would call failure all its own. Yet despite all those fears of personal professional ruin, my life has been anything but a catastrophe after a contemplated 550-mile walk across Spain on the Camino de Santiago. Is this humble bragging? This spring, I began experimenting with removing myself as much as possible as a commodity in the system. I'm giving away my skills at free clinic, performing medical evaluation for asylum seekers. Come on. And starting to work with like they're not going to help American citizens. You're going to help. Oh my God. It started work with local search and rescue organization. I work as locum tenens 1 week a month to pay the bills. And during my first shift, I wept with gratitude at the realization that I still do love the practice of medicine. 1 week a month? This portfolio career may not be what I do forever, but I'm having an incredible time indulging my curiosity even amid the uncertainty. Do I think I'm a failure now? Hardly. It was tough to release the life I've envisioned as a physician woven into a community caring for multiple generations of the same family. However, I've grown to deeply appreciate this time for what it is. Unique, incredible, precious opportunity to create my life from the ground up, but now with skills and experience and a deeper knowledge of myself. I recognize that this isn't something many people get to do, and I intend not to take it for granted. If you this, I don't know what this has to do with medicine. This has to do with abandoning medicine. If you had told me when I was 20, I'd get to this point and still not know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, I might have told you that sounded terrible and that I wanted my money back. But if you told me that I'd get here and find my life grounded, playful, and adventurous, even if the path to get here was winding and painful and betraying the American people by letting asylum seekers. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Man, this if this is true, like, dude, can you just take care of your countrymen? Like, really? No, you're gonna take care of asylum seekers. I'd probably say, "Oh, yeah, bring it on." Alyssa Troyer is a family physician and learned fascination with the intersection of climate change, migration, and health in her free time. Come on, do you think you don't think you think this might be a real person? You don't think there was a little bit of professional wrestling provocatism, Macho Man Randy Savage in this free time? Probably outside somewhere. Might be an occasional post to her amateur blog, a sense of impending bloom. Uh, it's so stereotype. If this is real, I understand your anger, frustration with the amount of money invested in this person to basically abandon that profession at a full-time capacity, not provide a higher supply of labor. In her defense, though, I say, look, if you can't hack it, you can't hack it. But there should probably be some more testing before people commit to medical school and all that. But then she goes off and discovers, some eat, pray, love bullshit. And I'm helping foreigners invade countries because I care so much about those people rather than you domestic people. I can see where you'd be politically aggravated by this person. But yeah, I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. Maybe conservative libertarian doctors maybe just don't sign up with Doximity. I don't know. Is Doc? I mean, they say that the biggest club, social group, whatever, but you know how corporations might lie about things. Is Doximity that big? Maybe you guys ought to hey, look, if you're gonna promote just eliminating borders and girl bossing and whatever, you don't have to publicly state it, but you don't have to subscribe to this group. But that's what I wonder. What is Doximity? Why are they having an essay contest? Doesn't it indicate women in medicine? Doesn't the senior high school essay for a scholarship contest nature sound? And then the essay itself is nothing different than you'd read in whatever Elle magazine, Eat, Pray, Love. It's an embarrassment. It's stereotypical. I question, really? You're not doing this to be like leftist agent provocateur? Don't let it get under your skin. Okay? Don't let it bother you. This is unless somehow this is the guild. This is the big deal. This is and this has ramifications. I think this is just an app. They're doing marketing. They're probably trying to target female doctors, probably because that's part of the marketing strategy. Hey, let's get some Eat, Pray, Love schlock written. Oh my God, it's the winning of the 2024 essay. Like, you have time to write essays. No wonder you don't have time to see your clients. There it is. Does anyone know? Faithful sock, $5. I find it hard to trust the healthcare system. I've heard stories of relatives being left to die just to harvest their organs. Pringles can with veins, $5. Wait, being a doctor is hard. I know. I want to know what the work schedule. If this is true, I want to know what the work schedule is. I'm inclined to believe her because to get through medical school is very difficult. That's a tremendous amount of work. But oh, surprise, you got your job. And it wasn't like fucking Grey's Anatomy or what. Girls fought and bullied their way into medical and PA, physician's assistant school, then quit after a few years. Yeah, that is one of many reasons. We have all these people becoming doctors, but then how many of you stay full time? Really, I want to know. That's fair to ask. I mean, now you paid your way through medical school, but somebody probably could have done if they were going to work full time. All right, there you guys go. Questions, answers, asshole consulting. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.